Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today we continue with the new series of interviews with the Golden Eagle Tom Platz. In this fifth section of our interview, Tom Platz describes the secret to explosive strength in performing the squat, which of course the Quadfather was famous for. Tom also shares his own experience on how to be successful in your endeavors and live your dreams to the fullest. Enjoy.
But I think it's important to be startled, to go through what you think is right, and to make mistakes, to fall on your. Just like the gym. Gym teaches you everything. Fail, fall down, get up. Okay, reassess. That's life, and I did that in the gym. I did that in my personal life over the years as well. And now I'm just an old guy hanging out, going, okay, I can still squat. Put 15 on, 20 reps. I can still, like taking the car to the garage, rev it up a few times. Okay, put it back in the garage. That's what I do, with training wise. I still get, I still probably take a couple more chances than I should take at my age. But sometimes I'll plan it like, okay, if I'm really careful here, put on 4 plates, and it's, I have the right spotter who can help me if I get in trouble. And, one thing I have to tell you though, that crossed my mind right now, and nobody ever talks about, is the stretch reflex action. The very bottom rep. Like when I'm squatting, I always tell guys I'm instructing, before halfway down, think about going up. It goes boom, ballistic, quick, speed movement. That's been the answer to my career, really. It's dangerous, it's risky because it's fast, but life, and we don't move slow and controlled. The body moves quickly and adjusts and spontaneously and explosively, and sometimes you do endurance work. I get it, but I think the stretch reflex, the contraction of the quadricep at the bottom, involuntarily, is what a gift that I received. I could do a lot of the things that guys learn to do. I just did it naturally, and I wasn't all that to start with. Had no legs. There's pictures of me with no legs. But the lifters painted the emotional picture for me, the technique. I mean, the early weightlifters, turn off the music, Tom. Turn off the music. Okay, put the weight on. They would watch me. Okay, good, stop. Can I do 10 more reps? Okay, and I would ask them for permission. They could do 10 more reps. Like, he did 5, And so the early, the Bob Morris guy I used to train with, Norbert Szymanski, world, gold medalist in the Olympic Games. When he won the gold medal in the Olympic Games in Detroit, he lost his job as he left his job, Ford Motor Car Company, I believe. Meanwhile, the heavyweight winner, Vasily Alexiev, was parades for him in the old Soviet Union, So I'm like, as a young man, I'm like, if I'm going to go into weightlifting, maybe I should move to Russia or the Soviet Union, as I said.
Exactly.
Be more, but, all the thoughts you can have growing up, and problems, and it all comes. Life is about issues. If you don't have issues or problems, you don't live in life. I saw a guy in the gas station yesterday, and like, he didn't realize who I was. I'm like, I don't know how people know who I am, but I guess they see the internet. And he's telling me about his problems. He goes, this morning I got up and my car wouldn't start. I'm on my motorcycle now, and now the battery's dead. Can you help? If you don't have problems, you're not living, man. It's all gonna, look at problems as okay, I'm living. How do I resolve this? There's a solution to every problem. Inherently, the solution's in the problem. The solution is always in the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, I realized, okay, so there's a problem with competing, a problem with whatever. There's a solution somewhere here that I'm not seeing right now. And as I analyzed, and I studied with Bill Constellis. Bill Constellis is one of the greatest acting teachers in the world. He worked with all the big time actors, and I would sit in acting class for 5 and 6 hours every night, and with some of the names Hollywood stars. We're learning. Wow, how cool is this? I'm just this Mr. Universe bodybuilder retired guy, and I'm hanging out with Michelle Pfeiffer. She's next to me in class, So I'm like, wow. So I admired what they ddid as an art.
Mm-hmm.
I dabbled in theater and acting in some movies, but then I got to the point I go, do I really want to pretend to be somebody else? Acting. You take on a role, a character, you create a character, or just want to be me. So now with the advent of motivational speaking, I'm like, I'm more into my own character being me, rather than trying to invent a character based upon something as an actor. But I love acting. I love the craft is, wow, man, it's just beautiful. So I could sit around, with artists all day long, man. Life is, just tell me, I would, when I was in acting class, just absorbing it all, the same way I was at Gold's Gym and Muscle Beach, going, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. And pretty soon you get to be old. I'm 67. Oh my God, holy shit, And there's still more to learn. There's still more to learn. It doesn't stop, So every day I'm like, I haven't faced this yet, or that issue. But I know it's resolvable because based upon my past. I mean, there were some times when I didn't, when I got caught up in the glamour world where, you got to have that kind of car, you'd have that kind of house on the beach, on the water. And again, I told you before, when I had the house on the West Coast and the house on the East Coast on the water, wasn't the most happiest. And so then that's why we migrated to Europe. So I'm like, really, but by the time we're 70 something, it probably won't want to do something this, this crazy. It's crazy, but it's living, man, living in Europe and learning different languages. Man, you're like a little kid, you're like a child again, all over. You have to learn currency. Okay. And then how to greet people and how close you get to a person, when you're talking to them, because I can see there's different senses, different things. Nobody tells me this. It's like, oh, it's different in this country or that country, but it's tremendously, what a learning experience. It's like, that's, to me, if you stop learning, you might as well die. Yep. It's over. I mean, and you got to be startled, you got to be baffled, you got to fall on the floor, achieve failure in life as well as the gym. So, to me, the gym imitates life, or life imitates the gym. It's sort of a metaphor,
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. People don't know. They didn't see the early years when I was in the gym, a little kid doing things wrong and falling on the floor and trying to figure it out. I mean, now I think back, those were the greatest years I ever had, of not knowing, but just believing and having the best in the industry, the masters of the world in the industry next to me going, get up. I'm like, I was just like, yes, sir. You listen to your mentor. Nowadays, nobody wants to listen. I talk to guys, I instruct them, and they don't listen. They just, didn't I tell you to do it? It just bothers me. If I hired somebody to train me, I'd be like exactly what they tell me to do, which I did. I mean, young people are different. There's more of a entitlement factor with a 20-year-old. Not all 20-year-olds, but I think most 20-year-olds don't know what work ethic is. They're never work ethic and belief system and hard work, whatever it is, will get you there where you want to go. I'm like, in Europe, I still see that. I see the woman sweeping the street outside in front of the restaurant. She sweeps and sweeps and sweeps and sweeps, and this is what she does. She does it with meaning and dedication. And there's a belief system there. You see that in everyday life with everyday normal people, which we all are. Okay, so to think somebody's better than somebody else, we're all together, man. This whole human thing sometimes gets out of hand. But it's been a really good life for me, and I really can't complain. And I'm still that little kid, 9-year-old going, yes, never lose it. If you lose it, I don't know what, what's left. Yeah. And that's what I tell people. I said, if you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Mundane. I make money. I pay the rent. I pay the mortgage. I have a friend, a girlfriend. Okay. You live, I mean, I can't stand that. I love to live on the edge. Like, let's do something crazy, and that's training him or going to Europe or, and then I realized over the years, a lot of these, I was at the end of the seminar, a lot of the young guys go, what's one thing you would tell us about that's very most important for our growth as human beings? And I always say, look, that beautiful French model that you think is way beyond out of your league. She's not. She's not real secure in herself, and she's waiting for somebody like. And that's what I finally learned too. That people who seem like, and especially women, especially girls, especially beautiful girls, there's a certain unsureness they have, certain inhibitions they have, and they don't know how they smile when they get nervous. They're always smiling, but they don't really know how to live life. And like, drop dead gorgeous, not that that's important, but we're human, and there's a attraction that way. But and it's the one thing I want people to realize is we're all human. We all put our pants on. I mean, Donald Trump puts his pants on in the morning the same way we do. Okay. And once you realize, and in my case, I get to be around the masters. And you know what Vince McMahon used to say to me, and Arnold too, I'm doing something. I go, don't you? I've said to Arnold, don't you get tired of working 2 movies at the same time? I mean, you got a morning shift and then you work all night too. It was Tom. I'm doing what every man dreams of. I'm so thankful and grateful for this life. I'm like, really? He said the same thing with Vince McMahon. I'm grateful to be here. It's just my business. The WWE used to be my kitchen table. Trump was like, hey, what do you want to do in life? Let's do it. And I met him when he was with Marla Maples. Marla Maples was his second wife. He was backstage, in an event, and Vince McMahon introduced me to him, and I was just like startled. He saw it, but he was very complimentary and willing to give a little energy, for that. These are times I forgot about. But I remember within the last 10 years going, oh yeah. But I find an old picture, of Trump and I. Back then, and it's like, oh wow, I remember this. So life is really cathartic and meaningful, and I mean, being young, being old it's fun. It's fun. If I don't find the fun in something, why do it? I was telling this young kid in the gym the other day, I'm like, this is not fun, man. Why do you want to do this for? What excites you about life? What's fun for you? Make it all dark and think and listen to that voice in your head. I have this joke that I always made up. I said, when God made us, he was talking to us, communication in heaven, whatever it was. And I think he said to me, and this is I'm making this up. Okay, he goes, well, Tom, your name's going to be Tom eventually on earth. You're not going to remember this conversation that we're having right now, just so you know. But when you have this deep need and feeling that you have to do it, that's me talking to you. Okay, so you're going to be a bodybuilder. I just made Arnold Schwarzenegger, this guy from Austria, but I'm not going to give you the same things, the same gifts and attributes that I gave him. I'm going to give you one thing, the ability and attributes to build the most unbelievable, freakishly strong, crazy legs in the world. But you're not going to remember this conversation. But when you start hearing that inkling and that thing pulling you, that's me pushing you. Act on that feeling. And so I really believe, we're given, everybody has a talent. We all have talents. Some things we do better than anybody else. And, I was quick and able and fortunate enough to recognize what it is I do. I think, not that I've done everything I wanted to do. There's still things I want to do, but I think everybody underestimates themselves. Like, I can't do that. I'm not as good as them. I'm not good enough. Forget all that. You're good enough. Yes, you are. God damn it, you're a human, right? You can kill anybody, especially in sports. Competing against another human. You can always beat another human, big deal. But challenging yourself. So when I came to the gym every morning as a teenager, I'm like, Tom Platz, I'm going to kick your fucking ass, That's it. You go, whatever Tom did, I could do better. And this is my own dialogue with my inner dialogue. So it wasn't really about competing with monsters and the best in the world and being inhibited or being impressed. It was like, when I tell guys nowadays, you go backstage, don't give your energy to anybody else. Don't go, wow, they look great. I used to stay in my own private dressing room. I could do that back then. It'd be like, I just walk out the last second. But I learned this from Zane. Zane would have, in '79, my first Olympia, he had his own private trailer behind the Columbus, in Columbus at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. And he stayed in the trailer the whole time by himself, right? He had a little loudspeaker. So when they announced Frank Zane, he just boom, walked in the back door, went on stage. He had none of this interference of looking at other people. He was by himself and could was the star. I was like, how do I do that without having my own trailer backstage, my own dressing room? and having my guys standing next to Tom. Tom's in here. No, I had people protect me. Good people that were my friends. Anyhow, I sorry to do this to you, but you get me started. I could go on and on and on and on. Hopefully, it makes sense.
Yes, it does. 100%. Would you like to continue? Because we've been talking for 100 minutes, 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's up to you, Tom.
Let's 5 more reps.
Okay, 5 more reps. So I do hope you have enjoyed this 5th video interview with Tom Platz and how he used the stretch reflex to build an explosive squat. Not only that, hard work and listening to your coaches and mentors, as Tom Platz suggests, will help you in achieving bigger numbers in your lifts and help you in life in general. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and leave your comments, and click the bell button to be notified of future videos. In the next video, Tom talks about his experiences with steroids and getting that drug look. This video interview is coming up soon, so stay tuned. Anyway, that's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. The Golden Eagle collection is now available at www.goldenerabookworm.com. Select from upper body muscle mass and power or Tom's classic leg training manual, also known as the Bible of leg training. All available at www.goldenerabookworm.com. Need a bodybuilding poster for your gym or office? Then check out Iron Man Magazine archive.smugmug.com for the highest quality posters on the planet. Scroll through the galleries of all the legends, including greats such as Arnold, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, Serge Nubret, Tom Platz, and Larry Scott, and much, much more, and select your poster now. Online training is now available, including my new program, Novice to Classic, a program geared towards beginners and novices looking at developing a classic physique, as well as Classic Cut, geared at those who wish to lose weight and gain muscle fast. Details available at www.goldenerabookworm.com. As a natural bodybuilder, it is imperative to know your own testosterone levels, as they are a reflection of the anabolic environment created by your diet and training. I would highly recommend using the male hormone test kit from Let's Get Checked, and make sure you use my code GOLDEN30 for a 30% discount. Again, the advantage of checking yourself regularly is that you will know how well your body is anabolically primed to put on the much desired muscle you are working for. Get your gym wear and Golden Era apparel at the new Golden Era Tees shop, featuring designs from the Silver Era and Golden Era legends, available as tanks, shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies in all sizes and colors. To support your favorite YouTube channel, please visit teespring.com/store/Golden Era Bookworm for merchandise including t-shirts, hoodies, face masks, phone cases, and much, much more. Once again at teespring.com/store/Golden Era Bookworm. Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding.
I don't think that Bill Phillips looked at it as, I want to compete against them. I want to destroy them.
If they pass legislation basically making any type of food supplement a prescription item, that would be the end, the death of the entire food supplement industry.
Take your vitamin pill now.
In the 1960s, the sports supplement industry was barely emerging.
I think the reason why Joe Weider was so successful was he had Arnold on his side.
He wasn't selling supplements. He was in the dream business.
Joe Weider was a marketing genius.
People would say the promotions or the endorsements back then were cheesy. To me, it wasn't. I loved it.
Fitness was taking off. Fitness became cool. You had a lot of readers that wanted to be like the stars that they idolized.
Bill's strength is his marketing savvy. He's a marketing genius.
Got it. It's only vitamin.
The right of American citizens to have free access to dietary supplements of their choice.
Consult your physician. You might as well consult the next guy you meet on the street. They don't know a damn thing about vitamins and nutrition.
The dietary supplement industry became the #2 most regulated industry. Nuclear, dietary supplements, pharmaceutical. we're more regulated than drugs.
They come in and you need to allow the FDA. They have jurisdiction.
The enforcement is kind of the questionable side of it, and how do they really get a handle on this monster?
A lot of people tell me that the dietary supplement industry is completely unregulated. It's the wild, wild west out there. It's a free-for-all. That could not be further from the truth.
A dietary supplement is not allowed to have a side effect. I always say that pharmaceutical has to have a minimum of 100 side effects in order for it to be a drug.
And now, it's a $40 billion industry and growing.
That's the really interesting thing, is the cast of characters from the 80s, when it was kind of iffy, to now when it's a lot more legitimate.
They made it sound cutting edge, revolutionary, and different, and I want that. That's cool.
We are in this industry to improve our health. It's not just a vanity project here. We're working on our lifeline. We eat a certain way to improve our health. We train a certain way to improve our health. Supplements are just that. They supplement your work, your graft, your nutrition.
They demonize dietary supplements, but they say all you need is real food. Well, what's a real food?
They pump you up and get you hard, stronger, faster, bigger.
Doc, I want to take this weight gain. I want to take this pre-workout. Doctor's, no way. That stuff, we don't know what's in that. It could be, no way. I'm not going to give you, it's going to kill the industry, bottom line.
So I must have drank so much protein powder from age 15 to 18 that my head was going to explode.
I believed in metrics so much that I would probably punch somebody in the face if they tried to take it away from me.